Hello and welcome to the Spider's Web. As you can see, we're all ready for having a game of Forbidden Desert. Right, before I set up, I'm going to show you what I've done so far. I've separated the cards. These are the equipment cards that you can get. You get these when you turn a tile over, there's a good one, and you see that icon in the bottom corner. Okay, I'll bring that over there. And then at the end of each player's turn, they will be choosing one of these cards, which is a storm card, I think it's called. And we're going to start off as novice, so for the first few times we won't be playing, or for the first few turns, we shall be drawing two of these cards at the end of each player's turn, until we have a storm warning card, storm picks up card, which is one of those. And then once that is drawn, then we move the slider up on the storm warning card, which is this part here. This is the storm warning card. It stands vertically up at the side. I'll just keep showing you whenever I do it. So as I said, we're starting off at novice, so we draw two cards. So next time it moves up, we go to normal, and then elite, and then legendary. And for the different colours, it's a different number of cards you draw. Yellow is 2, that pale orange is 3, the dark orange is 4, the light red is 5, the dark red is 6, and then it's the end of the game because we're all dead. Haha. So we'll show you that in close up as we go on. Next thing we have to do is set up the tiles. I've picked my characters already. I'm going to set up the tiles first, and when I've done that, I will then show you who I'm playing. So I'm going to do this as a 5-player game. Okay, so the object of the game is basically, well, the story behind the game is we are 5 survivors from a helicopter crash. That's the start tile where the helicopter thing is. I'll pull the table a bit closer to me. Now what we have to do is you have to find a landing pad on which resides this flying machine. But we can't take off until we've found the components to make the flying machine works. We have a sundial, we have the engine, a propeller and a crystal. We will find them by turning over these cards and them telling us whereabouts on the grid these items are. We'll go through that as and when we get to them. Okay, so I said I would show you. Oh, I forgot something else to set up. I need to put these in an elliptical square design across the boards. These are representative of sand dunes, where the wind from the storm has blown the sand and they've made the great big mounds. You know what a sand dune is. As we move tiles, the tiles that get moved will get more of these put on them. If we have to put one on, and there's already one on there, but instead of putting it that way, we will put it that way. And that means then that it cannot be walked on unless the climber is being used. In this case, the climber is being used. But let's have a look now at what the characters are that we're going to be using. Okay, so we start off with 4 waters with the Explorer, and that's what he can do. Okay, And another one with 4 water, who can carry 4 water, is the Navigator. He's the yellow one, and that's what he can do. Oops. Now, as you can see, it says 4 water, but it's 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, and then there's a red one with a skull and crossbones attached. Once it gets down to the skull and crossbones, then you're dead and the game ends. Okay, so with 3 water we have that one, which is the Climber. He's the one who can go onto cards that have card tiles which have the 2 or more of these on. Okay, next we have the Archaeologist. He also has 3 water. That's the Archaeologist, and that's what he can do. Okay, and finally we have the Water Carrier. Now the Water Carrier has 5 water with it, and that's what he can do. Okay, so I think we're all ready now. What we need now is our playing pieces. Climber, Archaeologist, Navigator, oops, come on, Water Carrier, and Explorer. Now we can take 4 actions per turn. Those actions are move, obviously sideways or lengthwise, well, that way or that way. We cannot move diagonally. We can clear these tiles off our game tiles. That is 1 action. 1 character, which is the Archaeologist, the red one, can clear 2 sand from 1 tile per action. So instead of that will be an action for the Archaeologist as is. But if I had that one on top as well, that would be 2 for all the other characters, but not for the Archaeologist. That would still be 1. Okay. I think that's everything. There are these tiles which have, and I'm going to do this so I cannot see what is underneath it. There are these tiles which have a droplet of water on the bottom. 2 of these, there are 3 tiles on the board. 2 of these will be a well, and the 3rd will be a mirage. So it'll just have a picture of dried up sand, and nothing will be happening there. If there's 1 or more character on one of these tiles where the well is after it's been turned over, then you can take 2 water. I was actually going through the turn steps, wasn't I? So we have movement, which is side by side or up and down. We have taking one of these off. You can turn one of these over, or you can take one of the treasure when we found it. I don't think there is anything more to do. Once we've gone through all those steps, then we turn the appropriate number of these cards over. If we find one which has the cog symbol on it, we take one of these cards. I think that's it. Anything else that comes up we can go through as and when it comes up. Okay, so I'm going to play this as a single game. Depending on how we go with it will be that'll be a case of, if I can get a good gameplay of it, then we'll go through the whole thing and then upload it in steps. If it just hammers me completely and I lose within 2 or 3 turns, I'll just put the whole thing on. Okay, so when we come back we'll make a start on the gameplay. So until then, I think I've covered everything. I don't think I've forgotten anything else. If I have, we'll cover it when we come to it. So until next time, when we start on the gameplay, take care, God bless, and bye for now.